bugging. So funky. So funky.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in real life. I'm Quirky Torrett from ACA. I'm here to give you a brief introduction into what changes are going to be happening to the ACA 3.0. Most of the differences are in the scripts, but as we'll see, there are a lot more changes that you can enjoy. So come with me to our secret test facility and I'll show you what's new with the ACA 33 version 3. Okay, you join us at the ACA secret test facility somewhere in the depths of Linden Labs' Second Life. Okay, let's talk a little bit about the scripts and the boat itself. We've gone from 17 scripts that the version 2.53 had down to 4 central controls. That's a huge reduction. That just makes your life, the lag's life, a lot easier. We don't like lag at ACA and we try to reduce it as much as we possibly can. The boat itself looks pretty much standard to the old boat. We've now got 25 prims instead of the 27, and that does include the spinnaker that I know you're all waiting to see. Hi again, it's me. We're going to be talking about the HUDs this time. These are quite useful to new sailors and to experienced sailors alike. On the screen there you can see 2 HUDs. We have the main HUD up here and we have the racing HUD down here. Normally we'd just be using one, but we're using 2 at the moment. I'll keep both on the screens so you can see what differences and the boat in both HUDs. This minor HUD down here just gives out information, whereas the main HUD in this area gives us a lot more control over the boat. We use a smaller racer HUD when we're racing, when we're using gestures to control a boat, but for new novice sailors to ACA, you'd probably be using this main HUD. So let's have a look at a few features on the HUD. It looks very much similar to the old HUD in the way it's laid out. Obviously we have these buttons here that reduce the visibility, or you can see further through it. It's transparency. Let's put it back up. We have the normal mooring button, so if we want to stop the boat, take the sails down, we just press that. And we also have this wind HUD. Now this is a little bit different because we're using the WWC software and protocols. We have 2 winds. We have true wind and we have apparent wind. At the moment it's showing us true wind. Okay, you can see the word up there, true. If we give it a gain, it'll switch between the true wind setting and the apparent wind setting. These are going to be different figures. Remember, we always sail our boat direction wise towards true. Remember, we can only sail around about 30 degrees towards wind, but we set our sails to the apparent wind. Okay, if we give that another click, it just goes to apparent wind. Let's just keep that on the cycling between the true and apparent. That'll give us a good indication. Underneath there we have the speed of the boat, and obviously we have the direction. Again, this whole HUD has been reduced from, I think it was about 4 or 5 scripts in this, just to 1 script. Okay. On the right here we have the state of the sails. At the moment they're down. You can see they're down, but if we raise sail, okay, you can see our jib. Ooh, I'm going. we can see our jib is automatically set as soon as we set our sails up at 10 degrees. Now that again is realism. In real life, your jib sheet or your jib can't get any closer than 10 degrees. That does give us a problem, so when we start sailing we have to push out our mainsail by another 10 degrees or 2 clicks. Again, that's customizable. We can change how many clicks or how many degrees each click will give us. Again, that's in the information. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to raise the spinnaker. So either by using a gesture or by using this main HUD, I'm going to press the spin, okay, and I'm going to raise that. And you can see we've got a command down here that we're raising the spinnaker. It's going to take 10 seconds for the spinnaker to raise. Again, just as in real life. Okay, and we can now set our sails to roughly the area, and we can see we've got a huge gain in performance. This boat really does like to have the sails trimmed correctly. Okay, now to take down the spinnaker, we just either use a gesture again or to raise the jib, and again it's going to take 10 seconds for that spinnaker to come down. Again, realistic to real life. So there it goes, and our jib is automatically reset at the right angle. Okay, and again we're moving along. We're not moving quite so fast simply because the spinnaker will give us a boost. The other thing I hadn't mentioned about on the HUD, as we're going through the sea of lag here at the moment by the looks of it, is that we don't have that little central button anymore to pole over or to tack the sails. It's done now automatically, so depending on when the wind's coming from, the sail will go to the correct side. Okay, again, true wind is around about 130. Let me show you what happens if we do less than 130 degrees, and here I go again, 130 degrees, and we try and put the spinnaker up. Okay, so we'll press the spin up, wait for 10 seconds. Here it comes, you can see it just coming now. WWC stands for wind, wave and current. At the moment you can see my boat, my ACA 33 version 3 is rocking around. Now this is all down to the waves, and that's the first of our problems. Anything above 0.5 and this boat really does start to rock. I have felt whilst beta testing seriously seasick whilst racing this thing, but again it shouldn't be too much of a problem. Let's just raise our sails. Okay, you can see 10-10, even though we should be at around about 40 degrees, 45, let's try that. The current will affect us as we're going upwind or downwind, and the current is against us. It will slow the boat down. Again, it could again help us if the current is with us by giving us another couple of knots. Again, it's another part of sailing in Second Life that we have to think about. What I'd like to do is just quickly show you the let's just sail into wind here, and again if we sail into wind you can see our boat almost stops dead in the water. Let's just show you something that's pretty neat with version 3.0. You're quite aware, I'm sure, of seeing the race wind down here, but this race wind now changes colour, as you can see there. That's an internal script to stop anyone from being able to not cheat but to use wind settings of their own away from subscribed races, and you can see that colour there is purple. That's got a range of colours it will go through. There is green. Now if we go to the top of the mast, you'll notice I'm using a beta boat for this. You'll see there is, oh, can't get up there, but you'll see at the top there's like a wind vane, and again that changes colour in direct proportion to the colour of the race wind down here. Again, this is for race directors to make sure that everybody's using the same race wind. Hi there, I'd like to talk to you in this section about wind shadow. It's something we had on the 2.5 and 2.52 and 2.53. It never worked as well as it could do. On this version we have, I think, got it just about right. Yes, we do use wind shadow, and from other boats, not only the ACA but the Flying Fizz can also give you wind shadow, but I think that's best left to you to work out. What I will tell you is how we know that we have got some form of wind shadow, and in this section of the main HUD and down here where we've got apparent wind and true wind, there'll be on the racer's HUD stars next to the apparent wind and true wind, and on the HUD these figures, the wind speed, will actually be highlighted. Now they'll be highlighted in yellow, orange or red. I've done it once to someone before and I was able to overtake them. It was on a downward wind leg, and the difference in speed was quite enormous, and it had a huge effect because they had their spinnaker up. The actual wind direction came from a different direction completely, and as we've seen with the broaching, that's what happens. So be very, very careful where you place your boat next to somebody else. Okay, so just a warning, just a warning. Okay, imagine the scene. You've been sailing along all day and all of a sudden you get these two strange people appearing on your boat. Not only are they laggy, they're annoying. It could be your wife, it could be your mother-in-law, father-in-law, or just two complete and utter strangers. Here's a good thing. Here's a great thing. You will love this. Okay, in my local chat, I could do a gesture for this just as well, but I'm going to type in one eject, and now we'll see Mark and Nibber disappear. All ejected. You're loving that, don't you? Okay, we're here at ACA Island. There's just a couple of thank yous I'd really like to make. First of all, has to go to Calf Binder. Thank you so very much. You are the inspiration behind this boat. You've put the scripts in. Thank you so very much. There's been an awful lot of work there, Calf. Thank you. To Florencia, our boss, our wonderful boss, and all at ninth.com for all your new media needs. And lastly, to Neron, who's done the sculpting for this particular boat. Thank you very much indeed. Guys, I'm going to stop now. Let you get on with the concert and get on with buying boats and sailing them. The one thing I want you to do is to have fun sailing your ACA 33 version 3.0. Any questions, please IM me. I am Quirky Torek. Thank you so very much. Good night, and thank you for putting up with me. Take care all. Bye bye.